Hi, I'm Paul from Germany. I sail the NACRA 17 and I'm the help.
I'm Alisa Schulemer and I'm crewing for Paul.
How did we start sailing together? It's quite a funny story because we both sailed in mixed teams before we started Olympic sailing, and I started sailing the NACRA with another crew, Caro, who was also my 29er crew, and when we did the jump to Olympic sailing, the NACRA 17 became the first mixed Olympic class, so it was just logical to jump into the NACRA.
At some point, we came from the same club, so we kind of knew each other. And then when the foiling boat came after Paul was in Rio, I was just around and kind of trying to learn as much as I could because I wanted to sail the NACRA at some point. And then we had a few days of sailing together, worked out quite well, and we ended up, after like a few days of training, sailing the Europeans and Worlds together. And that was kind of our best Worlds result until now. So we just kept going.
No.
True. Forgot Oman. In Oman we came third, but I always keep forgetting it because the games were in the same year. So that stands out so much that the Worlds afterwards was just like such a short build up into it, and then it just kind of happened. So it's like the Worlds ranked so little against the games in that year. So I keep forgetting, but coming fifth in my first senior Olympic year in 2017 with Paul was the much bigger thing.
For me, I mean, Alisa, not just on the water, but on shore is just relentless about improvement and trying to become a better athlete, sailor and person. And I've never seen someone with so much drive to get better all the time. And that really shows on the water when we sail with her dynamic and the physical abilities, while still being a great sailor. So it's the all-round package.
Yeah, I can only give the same back about being so driven and determined to succeed and kind of always looking outside the box. But also I think what stands out most about you is that when it gets windy and really tricky to sail, I know I'm always safe and I can really enjoy being out in big waves and big breeze because for me, it's so much. Paul's taking so much responsibility, and he would never put me in a situation that I couldn't be safe in. So it's just a huge amount of fun.
We have a couple of routines that I think subconsciously, because we've sailed together for so many years, and so we just both know exactly what we need and what we do in the mornings and how to prepare best for our training or race day. And for me, obviously, since 2022, I quite enjoy seeing my son in the morning and looking at him and talking to him about sailing in the boat, which he now starts to understand. So it is a nice way of humbling down before the fight begins.
Yeah, but gotta have to say nothing fancy, nothing that would excite you.
I love sailing in NACRA because of its complexity.
Because of the boat work. No, I'm joking. Just because it's fast and fun. And
I think the NACRA is a really good basis because of its complexity and because of the combination of foiling and trapezing and non-foiling and just the different styles of racing that we need to be capable of. And I think in many top-end classes or circuits like the America's Cup or Sail GP, there's lots of NACRA sailors that have proven their point and that seem like they have a really good basis. We've had a lot of crazy stuff happening in this boat, including injuries and crashes and all sorts of crazy things. But one of the most memorable ones was at the World Cup in Japan 2 years before the games, when we T-boned another boat in the pre-start, which meant that we had a massive hole in our boat, which a couple of minutes before the start, our only chance was to fill with a set of gloves and some tape. And so we basically filled a hole like this big in the side of the hull so we could sail the race.
And it was still in the old cycle, so upwind foiling wasn't really a thing then.
But
so we were we gotta keep the hull out of the water as much as we can because otherwise we're just gonna get it full of water. So we were committed to go foiling from the start. And then I think ended up getting 2 to 5 in the races with the broken hull. Try just to foil as much as we could.
only 40 or something days away from the games, and at the moment all we're focusing on is managing our energy and making sure that we spend the right amount of days on the water, boat working, with the media, and just doing our homework, really trying to be fresh when the day comes. And in terms of expectations, I mean, we obviously got the bronze last time around, but we don't take that for granted, and we think that it's a complete new start this time around, and we've got nothing to lose really, but a lot to gain. And
we had a rough start to the season, so for us it's really about not making the mistakes again we've made in spring, and being consistent and going out every day, thinking about what we need to be doing and not so much about the result. And then all the rest is going to play out, but obviously we're dreaming about a medal.